Now, more talk about your life with Wendy Summers on Pensacola's news talk station, News Radio 1620. Welcome to Pep Talk with Wendy Summers. This portion of the Pensacola Expert Panel is sponsored and presented by Pensacola Home Experts and your host, Bill Sheffield, who is responsible for the content. Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of News Radio 1620.
News Radio 1620. Welcome, Bill.
How the heck are you?
Amazing.
Are you?
Yeah. It was my birthday yesterday. I'm on post-birthday fun.
I sent you a happy birthday on Facebook. I did. Did you get it? Did you notice that? Probably got 10,000. Didn't even see old Bill's. Just said, okay. Don't worry about Bill. It's okay. Hey, my name is Bill Sheffield with Main Street Properties. Thank you so much for being with us today. This is Pensacola Home Experts. I hope that you are happy because everybody in this room is happy, and it is proving the point again, since I'm surrounded by three lovely ladies, that it really does pay to be good looking. Man. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
You ought to be in this room right here. Who are you? Kathy, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Bill. How are you today?
And you are with?
I am with
Air
Bill
Care.
Sheffield again. See, you just throw that at me every time.
I know.
Air Care Wizard, Pensacola Mold Killers.
Well, Pensacola Mold Killers. Air Care Wizards, Pensacola Mold Killers. You need to make up your mind.
We're both.
I know you are. I'm just kidding. and I was listening to Kerry and them on the radio as I was coming in here, and he was giving some solid advice. He used a big word that, I graduated from Tennessee. It said procrastinate. I Googled it. That means quit waiting. That means get off the dime.
Absolutely. You need to get off that dime.
That fence that you're straddling, get on the buying side. Mm-hmm. If you're selling a house, you need to get it on the market. I'm absolutely convinced that we now have had these kind of interest rates, Kathy, for almost going on 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So these a lot of the buyers that are out there that haven't been involved in buying a home and paying 13.5% VA mortgage, somehow believe that these interest rates are normal.
Yeah. I remember my very first house. We assumed 13.5%.
That's what I did.
Because the rates were 17.
I assumed a VA. I assumed a VA at 13.5%, and I did that because of if I'd have bought the house, I would have paid 18% interest on that same VA loan. So my point is this: you can keep waiting and believing that the interest rates at 3.5% are normal, but here's the reality. Do you know what the average? This is a question for you two, so pay attention. Quit your phone down. Here you go.
I'm listening. I can multitask.
What is the average?
I'm a woman.
What is the?
Good job, Wendy.
We can
Good
do
job.
that. High five.
Did you get that picture? What is the average interest rate over the last 30 years? 30 year fixed. Now that's 83 to now. So we skipped most of the.
I would say 11.
I was going to say 7.8.
7.9%.
Well, you are good today, honey. You are on it.
A NAR study and the Mortgage Association study stated that it's 7.9%. Now, I've been doing this for 17 years, and in that 17-year period, we've seen plenty of fluctuations. I have done VA loans, 30-year VA loans at 9% in this market back in the late 90s. So if you think that by waiting you're saving money, you're not doing it. You literally are into the point to where the market's crazy. I'm going to give you one quick illustration, then we're going to go talk about pans.
Okay.
We're going to talk about pans.
Pants?
Pans.
Pans. Oh,
pans.
Thank you. Oh, good. I thought you said pants, Bill. I was a little concerned.
How do mine look, by the way?
Oh, they look very nice today.
Thank you. On radio, they do.
Everything looks great on the radio.
What was I talking about?
Pants.
No, I wasn't.
Interest rates.
Interest rates. If interest rates moves a point on a $150,000 house, that is $88 a month.
Whoa.
1 point means a lot. And I tell you something else it means. It means $11,000 of qualifying. Think about that. Mm-hmm. So somebody's wanting a $150,000 house. They have waited. Now they're good to get a 4.25% 30-year fixed loan. with University Lending. They waited another month, and it was 3.5. So they've already gone through 3/4 of that 1%. And the 10-year bond right now, I haven't checked it this morning, but yesterday it was 2.55. When interest rates were down into 3.25, 3.5, it was 1.65. So if you want to have a number to watch about interest rates, then watch the 10-year bond. And so that's my story today. Go to PensacolaHome.com, start hunting your home. It's there for you. Now, let's talk about pans. You want to talk about pans?
I'd be happy to talk about pans today.
And this is drip pans.
This is condensate drip pans for your air conditioning
people need
system.
to listen to this, or you're going to have some wet carpet, I'm telling you.
Yeah. We've had several calls. Actually, we pulled a lizard out of a condensate line last week, and he caused everything to back up, including water to be all over the carpets.
There you go.
And that kind of thing. Because we're also a mold remediator, we have all the equipment to go in, not only sucking up all that dirty water and getting you all straightened out, but we have the equipment to dry out the property so you do not end up having to call me to clean out your mold.
I know. You got to get that water out of there.
Got to get that water out.
Now, are there ways of preventing the pan from filling up?
One of the best things to do is just make sure that the drain outside is able to drain. It's not under the ground. You don't have squirrels and stuff that can get stuff down in there. We find acorns and all sorts of stuff like that. When y'all do
a maintenance, do y'all do that thing on the outside that sucks all the stuff out of the line? So talk about that for a minute.
We can either blow it out or suck it out depending on the way that the equipment is laid out. But we will actually clean out the condensate line for you during our regular tune-ups.
There you go.
And what that does is it just prevents the overflow from
Now
happening.
the drip pan is designed for a little bit of
condensation
to evaporate and just become moisture.
Yep, that's right.
That's what it's designed to do. But if those lines where the water goes out of the drip pan to the outside of the house get clogged up,
that's right,
or something happens, or a lizard gets in there, the pan's going to fill up.
The pan's going to back
up.
Air
conditioner is designed to suck moisture out of the air.
Absolutely.
It's got where does that moisture go that it takes out of the air? Into the drip pan.
Into the drip pan. I don't know, Bill. You're asking me technical questions this morning. What
does he want from us?
I don't know.
It sounded good.
Yeah, you always make up stuff. The condensation just re-evaporates, but that's why the air conditioning system is so important that it's running properly, because it is not just keeping you cool and comfortable.
Right.
It is keeping the humidity levels in the house down.
All right, now here's a precious question for you. I'm not going to miss, not too technical.
Okay.
She's cold-natured. So, and I sweat. I'm a sweater. I'm not a perspirer. I'm a sweater. So I get hot. So in the summertime, she will not let me turn the thermostat below 75 in our house. And I'm pleasant. It's okay, because if you come in from 90 degrees into 75 and the humidity's gone, it's okay. Yeah. I would say that the people that keep their air conditioners down on 71 or 72 this time of year are costing themselves a good bit of money.
Oh,
compared to 75.
Absolutely. And I leave mine really down because I tend to be a little bit on the warm side. But when you come into the house after being outside and it's on 72, it's really cold in there.
Yeah.
You don't really need it that cold. However, you do not want to turn your thermostat way up during the day while you're gone, like 82, because then it's going to have to work doubly hard to cool everything in the house before it can start cooling the air.
Well, we have fans in every room, and I'm a firm believer that fans, if you keep fans and that air circulating, you really don't need it to be down to that lower temperature. No. And then in the wintertime, she won't let me. I want wintertime. See, I'm satisfied with 65 in the winter. Not her. It ain't fair.
Well, you're not the only household to fight over the thermostat.
I know. I bet we're not. Bob and them are doing some sort of big, what kind of job are you were telling me they're doing in Fort Walton?
We're working down in Fort Walton in a small commercial property, remediating some mold and that kind of a thing.
Yeah, and it's long-term project. That's why Bob's not here.
That's right. He's working hard.
He's over there sweating.
And he is sweating. I was there yesterday. He is sweating.
Well, it's probably good for him. It's probably good for him. Jonathan was talking about in our BNI this morning that this is the time to really make sure that y'all get out there and check these air conditioners.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If right now we have not even reached our really hot days yet, thank heavens. But when it gets on up there to 96 or 97, then we're going to have, you're going to have capacitors blowing out and all sorts of things.
Me and you decided we don't know what a capacitor is, didn't we?
I do know what capacitors do. They funnel the electrical charge into the unit.
You learned that since yesterday.
I did.
I
know you're going to stump me today, or try to anyway. So I asked those questions.
There you go. I like that.
It actually works with capacitance. Now, don't ask me how to define
we don't know what
capacitance is.
But here's what we do know. If it breaks, the air conditioner quits.
Yep. It does. It blows those little capacitors out because they cycle like 60 times every second.
Wow.
I mean, they just go and go and go, and when it gets really hot, they're cycling more and more and more, and then they eventually just kind of just pop on out.
Is there? I guess I'm assuming y'all can test them and tell when they're getting.
Not usually, but we can come out and do our full tune-up and make sure that the system's running right and that it's not that the amperage is right and all of that. And once we get all of that, once we know that that's happening properly, then we're probably pretty safe.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. We are in a time and a place in our real estate career to where we have really had some solid increases in prices over the past 12 months. Our normal subdivision home prices have increased about 7% in the last 12 months. It's just like people say, "What's the interest rates going to do?" I have no idea. I know what they are. I know what interest rates were 2 months ago, and I know what they are now. And the home prices, we're very, very fortunate for two things in the home buying business, in the home selling business. Number one, we have a lot more people we can get qualified. A lot of those people that had that really got messed up in the crunch, that lost their homes or had short sales, if that's 3 years past, they can get qualified for a home now.
That's good.
So it's bringing more and more people back into the home buying market. And number two, the people that were upside down in their homes are now to the level to where they can sell their homes and either not have to bring much money to the table or even break out and not have to bring any money to the table. And so what we're seeing is that the buyers are increasing, but the number of houses on the market are staying virtually the same, which is a wonderful, wonderful situation to be in, because we're about 6 months days on the market, number of houses for the number of sales, and that's a good place to be. That's a kind of equal status between buyers and sellers. You get under that, then it's more of a seller's market. You get over that, it's more of a buyer's market. So we kind of got good medium prices. But the one thing that I tell the sellers that I'm working with on listing appointments, and if you're a for sale by owner, please call me and let me get you out of this mess you're in, because you have no concept of the mess that you're in. But they need to have pre-inspections. If you're going to sell a house, you need to get Kathy and them to come out there and inspect that heating and cooling system, because when we sell it, I can assure you that buyer's realtor is going to have it inspected. And if we just had it inspected and you did a full maintenance on it and we got the receipts laying there with what you did to it, those people are so much better.
Absolutely. And the other thing, the home inspectors sometimes will find things in an air conditioning system that the seller has no idea about. That's low on refrigerant or whatever. And that's one thing that our maintenance plan can work for them. Our checkup can do that for them. The other thing that we offer is before you buy the home, we'll be happy to come out and do the inspection on the air conditioner for the buyer. And make sure that they understand that it's at the end of its useful life and they're going to need to budget for a $7,000 air conditioning system, or that it's doing really, really well, or that it needs just a little tune-up or whatever.
And also you could probably tell them that if you buy this house and you keep it under our maintenance, we can probably get you 8 or 10 years of good service out of this
Absolutely.
system.
That's what we do.
And so pre-inspection is essential. But I have in the last several years, because we're now selling houses that have not been on the market for a while. I mean, used to you could depend on that people were going to be in their house about every 5 years. Well, that's up to about 7 on the average, and sometimes more than that. But with all the situations we went through in the housing market, chances are this house has not been thoroughly inspected if you're selling it. I mean top to bottom. So I believe in getting the panhandle inspections out there, and I know that they need to get y'all out there to inspect these heating and cooling systems.
That's what we do. We're working with a woman right now who purchased a foreclosed home, and we've replaced the air conditioning system in it because it was in such horrible shape.
Right.
But she had some other issues too, and we've referred her on to a general contractor to do some major renovation for her.
Okay, good deal. And also, if you're still in a situation to where we can't get you out of the house, and it may be time to make a decision to just go ahead and stay in this house for 4 or 5 more years. And if those things that you were thinking about doing, you're buying a house for granite cabinet countertops and, air conditioners at its last leg, maybe it's time to go ahead and replace those things and just say we're going to be here for a while.
It is, and if the air conditioning system is getting towards its end of useful life, EPA's made a lot of changes in the refrigerants and everything, and they're trying to do away with the R22, and that means R22 is costing a whole lot more money than it used to, and so it's almost not feasible to put too much refrigerant in there, and it's just you're going to save yourself a whole lot of money by going ahead and energy by going ahead and replacing that unit.
Yeah, and they're going to be far more efficient.
Oh, absolutely. We've got we installed one last year, and their power bills were like over $300. Now their power bills are about $100.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that's about 4 years. That's about a 4-year payback.
Yep.
On that. That's pretty dadgum good. That's about the same amount of money they costing them and waiting on to buy the house. Mm-hmm. See,
that's right.
They could have bought that air conditioner system.
That's right.
I really like that. Let's talk about the mold and remediation. Okay. Go ahead and cover what I was involved in that.
Our Pensacola Mold Killers is we are a Florida State certified mold inspector and mold remediator. That means that if you think you have mold in the house or you see mold in the house, we can come in and go through the house top to bottom, find out why you have mold, because if there's a moisture problem, it's a water problem somewhere, and then once we can get that figured out and repaired or whatever, then we can come in and do the remediation. And that involves pulling out sheetrock and treating the studs or whatever it takes. To removing toilets to get behind there, that's where the leak was. Whatever it takes to get mold out of that house for you. Okay,
and putting it back together.
Well, we can. If it's a small enough job, we can put it back together. If it's a small job. The other thing is with the mold remediation, we do our inspections, and we can go through and just check absolutely everything to figure out what the problem is. And because we're HVAC certified, we can also check the air conditioning system.
There you go.
And a lot of times, that's where the mold is.
In the heating and cooling system, and the ductwork and stuff like that.
And in the unit itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
If you've never had your blower motor cleaned, you need to give us a call.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Blower motor, that's inside the house?
That's inside the air conditioning system.
Okay.
And all the air circulates directly through that, and then it goes up into the coil and into the ductwork. So if the blower motor is dirty and ooey gooey and all that kind of yuck stuff, and all that's blowing right back into your ductwork and right back into your house.
Wow. Is that expensive to have that done? That's
no, the duct cleaning is not expensive at all.
Okay.
We come out, but we also, in our duct cleaning, we also clean the blower motor and the air handler for you. There's no point in us not doing that.
Because it's going to put it right back in it.
If that's all that's dirty, then all that stuff's going to blow right back through those ducts and back into your house again.
Wow, that ain't good. That ain't good. Have you been to PensacolaHome.com?
I have.
You have? We were just looking at it. Right?
We were just looking at it. It's a great website.
So it is a great website. There's lots of free information on there. You can, if you're going to be searching for homes on the MLS, this is where you need to go, because everything that's on PensacolaHome.com is active and current. For instance, if I had a house under contract, my little house on Little Creek that we listed and got a contract on it in 5 days. Soon as it went contingent because of home inspections, and in the MLS, it's off of the site. You can't find it. So the people that are out there riding around and looking for homes and going to Zillow and Trulia, I've got houses on Zillow and Trulia that show active that I sold over 2 years ago. So PensacolaHome.com is the most current search that you can find for information, and it's just got incredible search tools. You can select it down to if you want a pool or a privacy fence. You can be just as selective as you want to be, what area you want to be in. Everything else, PensacolaHome.com is the one that you want to see. And also, I got some click buttons. You want to know what your home's worth? We said it went up 7% in the past year. If you need to find out yourself what your home is worth today. So there's a button that you can click on that. And, of course, I've got ample places for people to register to start the home buying process. First-time home buyers, are you aware of the fact that there are grant programs for a lot of people to where you can get up to 4% or up to $6,000, and it doesn't cost you a penny? So there's just some really, really, really incredible programs that are out there. And I would love to see you go visit Pensacola Home and let me know what you think about it. I would challenge you to find faults with it so I can fix them. Because that's don't you want to know what's wrong with something to fix it?
I'll have Jonathan look at it for you.
Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, he's thorough. I tell you that. He's our trainer in B&R Group. He's a good kid. I like him. He is.
All my crew's awesome.
And little Sean's, we're working through getting Sean a house. He and his wife are so excited. It's just I love first time home buyers. I really do. They won't ever forget that home.
That's right.
Will they?
Nope. I remember mine.
Yeah,
It had a pink bathroom.
It did.
Pink tile bathroom.
Mine was on Whispering Pines in Albany, Georgia. 1,300 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Paid $27,000 for it.
My first house was on Whispering Pines too, but in Pensacola.
Okay. Yeah,
mine was in Petal, Mississippi. Go figure.
Petal, Mississippi.
In Forest County on the Leaf River.
What's the L-E-I-F?
No, L-E-A-F.
Leaf River.
Leaf River.
Does that go into the Mississippi?
Pearl, probably. I don't know. You asked me some questions.
Well,
I came prepared to talk about air conditioning.
That's right.
But you're the one that brought it up.
I know. It's just one of those things.
Okay. Was it on Whispering Pines?
No, it was on Cherry Street.
Cherry
Street, Petal, Forest County. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
My point is, this home is for the first-time home buyers. Is the one they're going to tell their grandchildren. But I remember when I bought that first home myself.
Yep. And when they walk to school, uphill both ways. We know.
And it was snowing.
Yeah.
In Pensacola. It really, really was. All right, so talk to me a minute because y'all got some special deals going on your checkup deals.
We actually offer our full-blown air conditioning checkup for $145. Give us a call. We'll get you on the schedule. It takes about 2 hours or so for us to go through the whole system.
Okay.
And if you go to aircarewizard.com,
there you go.
We've got videos that show you how we actually do our duct cleaning. Some of it's got some mold remediation projects on there. That'll show you how thorough we are in what we do. Aircarewizard.com.
You're thorough.
I am thorough.
I know you are. I can attest that y'all have really helped a lot of my sellers and buyers to have their air conditioner systems working for a long, long period of time. Got anything else you want to close out with? Remember the pans. Don't forget the pans.
Absolutely. Make sure that your condensate pan is, if you come in there and there's water everywhere, give us a call. We'll take care of it for you. Aircarewizard.com.
Thank you so much, Kathy. It is always fun with you.
I kind of like this.
I do too. I can tell that you do. It's a great way to tell our story and let people know that and I hope that with confidence they know they can trust us to do what we say because we're putting it on the air. I mean, we kind of got to back it up, if we say it. My name is Bill Sheffield. It has just been such a pleasure. Kathy Hubbard with Air Care Wizards. I thank you so much for being here. Wendy, I hear you're emceeing tonight downtown.
Yes, sir.
You are?
I am, yes.
You going to go to the ribbon cutting this afternoon?
I am.
You going to make it to Greeters in the morning?
I believe I am.
Good deal. See,
we're just going to see each other. Might as well just hang out all day.
We are ambassadors for the Chamber. We love what we love. We love helping our Chamber of Commerce. We really do. My name is Bill Sheffield. Go to PensacolaHome.com to find your next home or let me help you sell your home. Either way, there's places to register that I'd love to have you go there today. Hunt a home. Let me know what you think about it. My name is Bill Sheffield, and the one thing you need to remember above everything else is where there's a bill.
There's a way.
There's a way. Yes. Said it just the other day. I'm like, did you know where there's a bill, there's a way? They were like, duh. All right, folks, enjoy your Thursday. We'll meet back here tomorrow morning at 9.